Sanford traffic, medevac 9 Bravo Echoes, taking off runway 8, north departure, traffic in sight, Sanford.
So the autopilot's going through its self-test. I want to keep the autopilot disconnected. Oh, that's nice. AP failed. That's never happened before. Let's try that again. Turn it off on takeoff so that you don't get any, you know, if it decides it wants to. Not work right. It's a critical phase of flight. You definitely don't want to be fighting the autopilot trying to get control of the airplane. Let's see if the self-test will work this time. Okay, good. AP ready. So at AP, flight director comes on, yaw dampener comes on, and already got the plane set up. This is 750. I've already got show low set up in there. It's output to the 600's TXI's CDI. And now we're going up to 12.5. Unfortunately, our bug here is not talking to our autopilot, so I'm going to have to go down here, go altitude select, 12.5, and then in vertical speed mode, captures the vertical speed that we're going, and it's going to capture that altitude of 1900. So that's VY 140, and we're doing 1800 feet per minute.
1,000 to go.
So it captured that. And then Betty just told me I got 1,000 feet to go, which is nice. I've heard it tell me that. And definitely you can't back stuff up enough when you're single pilot. So having somebody remind you when you get distracted by ATC that you're coming up on altitude, that you don't bust through your altitude is a nice thing. So it'll do that as long as I use the altitude select even when the autopilot is disconnected. Just use the flight director. All right, so as we come up to 12,500, you can see the vertical speed is starting to decrease. It's showing 500 commanded, and the airplane's coming down now.
Altitude 200 to go.
Okay, as we level off, right now I'm doing about 550 a side on the horsepower. As we level off, we'll let the airplane accelerate first to its normal gait, which is going to be about 195, 200, and then we're going to pull it back to about 500, which is going to give us about 300 pounds of burn aside. We usually carry about 1,200 pounds for most missions, which gives us roughly 2 hours, hour and a half, and half an hour of reserve. Okay, you can see the airspeed's picking up now. 193, 194, a little bumpy up here. Okay, I'm going to start bringing the power levers back to 500 a side. Yeah, one of the weird things, and I've transitioned multiple times on aircraft with steam gauges and speed tapes, these glass cockpits. But what I didn't realize until I started flying our new plane, as far as with the commander, was I was memorizing my speeds based on the position of the indicator on the gauge. So the first time I flew this plane, even though there are some markings, obviously there's the regulatory markings on the speed tape, some of the speeds I was questioning myself as to what they were. I won't tell you what they are because I don't want to embarrass myself, but I got it all sorted out. Alright, so I set the cabin to 7,000, and I'm going to bring the rates up, this rate knob. That's how fast or slow you want your cabin to rise. We're about 5,000 now. You can see the diff is about 3.0. This airplane does have some leaks, so it struggles beyond about 3.5 differential between outside and inside pressure. So I've got it climbing now to 1,000. I'm at 5,000, and it'll climb at 1,000 feet inside the cabin, even though we're level outside, to 7,000, so that when we land, we don't have a huge pressure differential. Mid-continental backup AHR's really nice. It's got your tapes and your attitude indicator for backup. Of course, we're flying with the synthetic vision. Nothing but the best for us. Thank you, management. And it's telling us 14 minutes out, 60 miles, 196, 12,500. Temps all look good. Those are matched. I'm going to pull out my cut sheet for Falcon Field. That's where we're going after Sholo. And here's my Sholo cut sheet, courtesy AOPA. I love these little cards. I made them for all the airports that we go to. Okay, one of the other cool features is the Bluetooth connectivity for the 750. So the 750 has a SD card in it that has Bluetooth connectivity, and that'll kick out to your ForeFlight. So we're getting ADS-B traffic and weather right to ForeFlight. I can also upload my flight plans straight into the 750, and since you have profiles for different pilots, you can set up the 750 and the 600 exactly the way you want them and save those settings, and you don't have to worry about the next duty pilot changing all your settings and then you're going through that process again. So that is really, really cool. Because in the 430 and the 530, I'd program all these intricate routes, and then that plane would rotate out to another base. It would come back and those flight plans would be gone. So that was really tedious. Alright, so looking at the card here, weather's 118.075, so we'll go ahead and put that in. And we'll monitor. Just got to press this button right here, and we should be able to monitor once we get in range. So I just select that with my finger, 3037, pretty high pressure. Over here on the Mid-Continental, it automatically puts that Barrow in there as well. So that's cool. 210, 8 knots, gusting to, I think he said 13. We'll listen again. Okay, so there was a big change in the altimeter setting. The autopilot now is capturing the new altitude. 3037 in the box. Got electric trim on the ram yoke, disconnect, control wheel steering, and push top. Okay, 2109 knots. There is Sholo. Looks like it's going to be 24, which is normal runway we use. We'll have a slight left crosswind, no big deal. Runway 7,200 feet, and it's 100 feet wide, so you could land perpendicular on this runway, which would make it 100 feet long and 7,200 feet wide. Tailwheel pilots will be laughing right now. All right, that's done. CTAP's 123, we'll put that in the box. Okay, so I'm going to select standby. 12300. Notice I anchor my hand against the side. That's the tough thing about not having physical knobs, is you got to anchor yourself and you got to use your thumb to make entries, because when you get in turbulence, things are bouncing all around. Notice once I entered it, I hit transfer and it pops right in. The other way you can do it is press the top frequency and it'll pop in. Alright, so Gladys just took off. Okay, so that's Boutique Air. They fly, I think, Essential Air Service out of Sholo. And just to get ahead of the game, I'm going to go ahead and put Albuquerque in here for the flight to Falcon Field. So I'll put that in my backup. That will be retained. That will be retained by the system even when it powers off. The weather, we got some scattered showers out there, but nothing that really would require an IFR flight plan. So we're going to go VFR today, but we'll pick up flight following and make the transition a little bit easier as we come into Phoenix airspace. Alrighty, so we are 32 miles out. I'm going to disconnect and do some hand flying. I'm going to come on down to 10,000. Come down to 8,500. Even though the autopilot is disconnected, we'll go ahead and set the reminder for the altitude hold. And again, this 600 TXI should talk to the autopilot, but it's not doing that right now. I've got bugged my VREF speed. The final approach is going to be at 100 knots. And I'm going to be using 2.4, so I'm going to go ahead and set my bug for 2.4. We're 28 miles out. We'll make our first radio call at 10 miles per the new AC recommendations. And when I'm training pilots, not in the Turbo Commander, but in GA, small GA aircraft, I always tell them, cash out. You know, you put an investment in altitude, you have potential energy there that you can cash out into kinetic energy on the way down. 243 is our red line here. You can see it's depicted on the tape. So we're going to cash that out. We're doing about 1,000 feet per minute descent. 500 horsepower each side, doing about 225, so picking up about 25 extra knots in the descent. Relatively smooth. One of the other features I like about the 600 TXI is crosswind tailwind or headwind, direction of the wind, outside air temperature, true airspeed 267, ground speed 275. So we got about an 8-knot tailwind, which is nice, and it's always nice for the computer to figure that out for you so you don't have to do it manually. You can see right now I have terrain depicted because I was flying last night. It was pretty dark. If you look over, to the northeast, it's Mount Baldy out there, high terrain. And then we get up on the Mugion Plateau, and it's relatively flat in the Sholo area.
Altitude 1,000 to go.
All right, 18 miles out. We got the weather. We're listening to the traffic. We know which runway we want. We're ahead of the airplane. And we're doing 224 coming down. Betty just reminded me. I got a little bit of altitude to go. A little bit of weather out there to the left, to the direction to the west. Got the airport in sight, 15 miles out. Airspeed's starting to roll back again as we
Show the traffic, flight 2849, cross runway 21 at Alpha. Show.
Okay, so we got an AM flight that's getting ready to kick out. We got a couple boutique Pilateses that are rolling around out there. So a little bit of traffic. 7,500 will be the pattern.
Traffic, flight 2849, clear runway 21 on Alpha.
200 to go. All right, let's click the flight director off. Yaw dampener off.
Shallow traffic, medevac 79 Bravo Echo 10 south, 8,500, be extended left base, 24, shallow.
£245 of fuel consumed. I'm going to go ahead and drop down to 7,500 now. This little mountain out here is, I call this Tower Mountain. It's got all the comm towers on it. Usually go around to the east side. Be a little bit more of a final to get established on final.
Shallow traffic, flight 2849, take your runway 24 for departure, departing to the west, shallow.
The flight's taking off, 10 miles, 6 miles now. Okay, that was a big no-go. All right, gears coming down. Gear extension speed is 200 knots, but the slower the better. Okay, I got 2 down, I got 3 green. 3 green. Flap extension's 180, here comes the first notch of flaps. I gotta sit here and hold it. It's a half and full in this airplane. Half. Bring power way back now. Drop that last 1,000 feet. Okay, flap flaps are half. Lights on, gears down. Hydraulics are green, and I checked the brakes. Looking good. Engine instruments are all green. Props are going. Roll forward, max flow is off. You want this clear. Autopilot's going off.
Show traffic, medevac 9 Bravo Echo, 4 mile, left base 24, show.
Show traffic, flight 2849.
Okay, under 140, you can see the white tape. We're about 4 miles out now, flaps are going full, airplane's decelerating. Wind's from the left, so we'll start to turn a little early here. And I still got blown a little bit to the right of course, but that's why I put a 3 mile final on. Get myself reestablished, figure out what the wind's doing. Okay, gears down, flaps are full, power's coming back, we're slowing down to 100 is our VREF speed.
Show traffic 9 Bravo Echoes, final 24, full stop, show.
Slowing her down, I got about 100 aside now. Capturing the glide path. Watching the
500.
Bumpy. Alright, there we go. 102 on glide path. Bringing the trim in to help me out. This plane is heavy on the yoke in the landing. Coming back to about 150 aside now, holding 100. Left crosswind. Just a little bit. A little bit of a crab in there. Okay, getting a little slow. Coming back to 200 now. Okay, gears down. Oh, coming back now. Down the runway. Let her settle in. There we go. Touchdown. Power lever's coming back. Going into beta. Beta lights are on. Coming back into reverse now. Don't really want to use more than I have to. Okay, coming out, bringing condition levers down. And now coming onto my steering, which you can read up on the nose wheel steering on a Turbo Commander. Okay, touchdown 1752. We'll log that when we're clear of the runway. Right now we are just going to focus on taxiing this airplane. Tell you, the Turbo Commander steering really made me a champ with the Diamond Katana. Alright, make our call.
Show traffic 9 Bravo Echoes, clear 24 Alpha to the ramp, show.
Turn off. Got a couple things I got to turn off. Strobe, or pitot heat. I always turn those on just so I can stay in the practice of turning on my ice protection so I don't forget when winter comes. And our environmental is going to go off, so we're not ingesting nasty, stinky bleed air. You'll notice on the indicator here that the red trim light is on. That is because the trim is out of the takeoff range, so we'll go ahead and use the wheel Have that light come off, and we will be good for takeoff. Okay, what else we got? We got to bring the flaps up. Flaps identified, verified. Flaps coming up, bringing up the gear. Go ahead and write my landing time. Log. And we are good to go. Plane is cleaned up. We can go and taxi to the ramp. And we'll taxi with the props in ground, and we'll just right. I don't see the ambulance, which is a good thing. What we got here? Fire season. Interesting beach 18 with the nose wheel. Oh no, that's Pilatus' Guardian Air. Alright, so shut down. Love this plane. Shut down, we're going to turn off radios.
Call it 1800. Get my hops time. 20.6. Turn off my AC. Fuel burn. 307. And I got about 900 pounds left. Lights off. I'll call base and let them know I'm here, and that's it. That's how you fly Turbo Commander. Hope you enjoyed that video. Hope you enjoyed our new airplane. I sure did. See ya!